Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Fabulous Empty Nest with me, your host, Angie. First, I just want to say welcome. If you're new here, I'm so glad you're here. And if you're returning, wow, I'm really glad you're here and that you came back. It is day 9 and 10 of Vlogmas. And yeah, I had to put 2 days together again. It's just been a little wacky. We had our company Christmas party last night, and actually I was not feeling super great, and so I didn't go, which is unfortunate because I worked so hard on that sweater, but it's okay. I'll try it next year. So I am feeling much better this morning. Woke up and did not have what I thought was going to happen, which was I thought I was getting sick, but I don't think so. I think I was just really tired. So, and allergies, unfortunately. So anyway, definitely feeling better, feeling super inspired today, and looking forward to hitting up a couple of thrift shops today to look for some yarn. And one of the things that we never find here is like granny square blankets or any kind of Afghans. I never find anything like that in our thrift stores. Anyway, what to expect today in this episode? We are going to look at hats. We're going to take an inventory of all the hats that I've made. We are going to look at some hats that I've got hot off the Addy. I'm going to show you a new project that I started that I'm having so much fun with. Two projects. And just going to talk about a few things, some upcoming things. So stay tuned. All right. I guess we can look at the hats that I've made so far. Because I didn't do any seaming up last night, some of these are the ones that I showed the other day. I've been making most of my hats on the Addy just for my hand's sake and for time's sake, because I'd like to have a good amount of hats to donate, and they're actually warmer. So I think I showed you this one. So we've got one of the Addy hats, the knit hats. We've got a crocheted hat, so I'm going to kind of separate these. Another crocheted hat, Santa hat, an Addy hat, a crocheted hat, an Addy hat, another Addy hat, a crocheted hat, an ear warmer, crocheted hat, or Addy hat and Addy hat. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So I'm not doing as well as I thought, but I have 6 right here. So I guess I'm doing okay. The goal was to make 1 a day for 24 days. So I'm past that barely. But then with these, I think I'm going to be in good shape. So I have 1 on the Addy and 5 skeins of yarn over there ready to be made. I made this one, and this is the pom-pom that's going to go on it. So I'm going to sit here while I'm talking to you and seam those up. And then I got this one, and this is the pom-pom that's going to go on this one. I just bought these pom-poms from Amazon, and they're not the same ones that I bought before. Actually, let me show you the difference. Okay, so the first ones that I bought, I really liked them. I had to do hardly any fluffing of them. I mean, this is what I bought the first time. And they come in all kinds of delicious colors. I've used a lot of the other ones, so, oh, that's one of the icky ones. So I've used a lot of the colors already, but like these come really fluffy. They fluff up beautifully. I have just been really pleased with them. Then I thought, well, more is better, right? So I bought this great big bundle of them. They came like vacuum packed, and this is what I got. Whoops. But the problem is they look like if you slept on your hair, like you had the flu and you slept on your hair without washing it for like a week and a half, and then you got up one day and this is what your head looked like. This is, but I fluffed one up, and because I went on and read the reviews, because I was like, well, maybe I'll just send them back and just get the ones I know work well. Well, I sent them back, or I mean, I read the reviews, and this is what they fluff up to be like. And this is after it's been squished and everything. So I think they're going to be okay. I'm going to just really, fluff them up really well with the hairdryer, and I think they'll be fine. But anyway, this blue one I thought was really pretty with this blue pom-pom. And then we're going to use this pom-pom with this one. So these are the 4 that I have ready. I have 2 that are going to be ready soon. So that's 6. Those will be ready this morning, and then I can start. I really want to sit down and crochet a hat or 2. So, that is kind of my plan today after I go out and do my shopping. So it'll be this afternoon. See what I do to myself? I just plan it all out unrealistically, and then I'm like, ah! So, but this is what I wanted to show you because I talked about it the other day. This is my new banner. It's just a small one. My Fabulous Empty Nest banner for my upcoming market. And next year I'll be a little more prepared and have some Christmas themed, just more Christmas. I just wasn't prepared this year because I'm brand new at this. So, yeah, I'm just going to stop beating myself up. How about that? I just was realizing last night that, I don't know if any of you are feeling like this, but sometimes when maybe we bite off more than we can chew, and I am like a pro at that, have been my whole life. I find myself then being resentful, oftentimes when people are like expecting things from me. And one of the things that I, as a mother of 7 and just becoming a recent empty nester, I've been a little selfish with my time. I admit that. And find sometimes that I have to really reflect on like glorifying being too busy to be available to my family or the people I love. And so really trying to not put so much on my plate that I can't be available to the people who, let me turn that off. Okay, so I was worried that you could hear the TV in the back. There's these really pretty channels. I'm sure you've seen them on YouTube where they have like the fireplace and they look all fall and beautiful. And they play jazz music, and I listened to that all day long. And I was like, oh my gosh, like I've had that on the whole time. I'm sure they could hear it. And then of course a commercial comes on. So anyway, yeah, so I was talking about just trying to be more mindful about not like putting so much on my plate that I find myself being resentful when my husband or somebody like needs something from me, so that I don't just feel like they're interrupting my time. I think part of it is that I get so into something, and then when somebody wants something, then I'm like, oh my gosh, you stopped like my creative flow, and blah, 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 blah. And I'm just like, it's not the end of the world. When I get my space back there, I think, I'll just put something on the door that says, please do not disturb. I'm sure that will go over well. No, my husband would totally respect that. So, yeah, I don't want to be so busy that I can't serve those that I love and be available. And that's just something that's been really kind of in my face lately. Okay, enough of that heavy stuff, right? All right. So another project that I've been working on, I just kind of stumbled on this. I don't even remember why I was looking for the pattern, but I was like, oh, I think I was just looking through my patterns. Who was it? Mary Maxim had a sale, and so I was on looking at some yarn, and I saw that they had their patterns on sale for 99 cents. So I think I bought like 5 patterns from them. So I'm excited about looking at those. But this pattern I found while I was downloading the patterns I got from Mary Maxim. I was like, what is that? And then I looked deeper, and it was this sock pattern. And so the first pair that I made, now I did not really follow the pattern. The only thing that I followed on the pattern, which is so par for the course for me, is the gusset for the heel and the toe. So I just wanted to get the basic toe down. And then after that, I was like, thank you very much, but I'm on my own. So the first one that I made was this knee-high sock. And I'm telling you, this sock, I kept trying it on just to make sure that like it really was fitting like a sock. This sock fits like a sock. I mean, it feels so good on my foot, and it is just the perfect kind of snug. And I'm really funny about socks. I think I've shared that. I don't like wearing socks, partly because I have big calves and they're just so tight. But these were wonderful. And then, I mean, I wouldn't wear them all the time, of course, because they're super thick. They're like, I think they call them like cabin socks or, you know, that kind of thing. But these are really awesome. Like I could totally wear these inside my UGG boots and then maybe over a pair of leggings and kind of scrunch them down. That'd be really cute. So I have these this pair. The thing about socks is you got to make 2. And, you know, it's kind of boring. So the way that I do that, the way that I make socks is, or the way that I've been making these is I'll make like the toe piece, and then I'll make the other toe piece. And then I'll make the foot part before the gusset, and then I'll make the other foot part to the gusset, and then I'll make the gusset, and then I'll make the gusset on the other one. And that kind of, 1, keeps my tension the same, but 2, I don't feel like I'm like, oh, I got to do this all over again. I'm kind of doing it in a like one and done kind of thing. And then yesterday, this is that tea time yarn, the extra large, that I really, really like. And so I thought, oh, gosh, this would be pretty, because my daughter was saying that it reminded her of a quilt. And I was like, oh, that might be really pretty. So I made these. Aren't those pretty? Yeah, I mean, of course, they're not going to be the same, because as much as I tried to like get the yarn to be the same, there was no way. But I mean, honestly, nobody cares. Another super cool pair of socks. Now, my goal, honestly, is to like knit a pair of socks, and I'm actually going to go to the knit group today and see if somebody will take pity on me and help me learn how to use my circular needles to go in a circle, knit circularly. Because right now, all I know how to do is knit. I don't even know how to purl yet. So I'm going to learn probably today. All I do is knit, and I can make panels, and my tension's good. My stitches are really nice. I just don't know how to do anything else. So yeah, that's my new project. I did buy a new pair of knitting needles, which I'm excited about. Like, I've never bought knitting needles in my life. And then in the last month, I've bought 2 pair. I've got the size 10, I think it is. And then I bought a size bigger, or 2 sizes bigger, to play with, because I like making kind of chunky stuff. So then I'm also making another pair of socks. I'm going to take, somehow this got kind of an open weave, and so I'm going to take this out, because when I put it on, you could like see through it, and I don't want to be able to see through it. So I'm going to take this out to the gusset and start over on this one. But aren't those pretty? I love the colors of those. And that is this. I love this yarn. Where are my glasses? I love this yarn in The Struggle is Teal. So I'll have a couple of pair of socks to put in my market. I really do want to design a different gusset for these. This is not ideal. All right. So, yeah, that's that. And then I'm starting a new sweater, and I'm going to put a picture of the sweater in right here. And these are the granny squares that I'm making it with. This is Canyon colors, and I've gotten 4 of my little squares finished, and I'm trying to decide what color to outline this in. I don't have any solids of the Canyon color, so I'm probably going to use loops and threads because it's similar. It feels similar. I think that would be kind of pretty. These two together, because I don't have any brown sweaters. I'd like to make one with, not brown, but like with brown as the trim and as the kind of connection colors. So I'm thinking this. What is this? Do they not put a color in here? They don't even name these. Oh, just, it's taupe. So I think maybe this color, but this butter, like this butter yellow is so pretty. I don't know that I can match that, but oh my gosh, it's really, really pretty. Yeah. So yeah, that's kind of that. I did buy some yarn yesterday. I bought a pretty good lot of yarn from Premier, and then I bought a big lot from Hirschner's, and I'm super excited about this because it's yarn that I haven't purchased before. I did buy Bitty Stripes. I watched Deb from Deb's Artsy Life get her big box. I mean, it was a pretty big box. I think she bought like $200 worth of Bitty Stripes, and she was really disappointed. And you know, color means something differently to everybody, and she just, and I mean, she's a professional. She knows color, and because she teaches art classes, I guess. I'm not that funny about colors, and I probably put colors together that I shouldn't. I mean, I know, like when I'm painting, I know when not to mix colors, but when I'm crocheting, because they don't really blend together like they do with paint, I'm pretty bold with putting colors together. But it made me really sad to see how disappointed she was with the yarn that she got. And I was also sad because I wanted to buy some. But as she was making up her swatches, even though she felt a little better about it, she still wasn't like 100%. I thought they were beautiful. Like, those are exactly the kind of colors that I'm looking for. So I'm going to try it. I bought some, and I'm excited to maybe make some socks with them, maybe make a sweater. I really want to venture out of the granny square sweaters. Yeah, I think I'm probably just going to do my shopping today, and then I'm going to work on these hats. Today's just going to be a hat day. I want to, for me to have 16 hats done today on, to have on the 10th would be great. Today is the 10th, right? We're just going to say it's the 10th. So if I could have 16 hats done on the 10th, I would feel good about that. So that's my plan today, to make hats and do a little bit of thrifting today. I am contemplating now. Back in the day when I was when I first moved to Nashville from here, I moved to Nashville, and I was working for Michael's as their event coordinator. And so basically I was teaching all the classes in the classroom. I was doing like all kinds, it was so much fun. So much fun. And I was a single mom of 3 little girls in a strange city. I didn't know a soul. And, you know, the way that I got my job was, so I had found out we had moved to now. Okay, I'm just going to tell you this. I'm just going to tell you the tea. Okay. So we had moved to Nashville. I had moved there with my husband at the time. And he was traveling musician, and he was doing a USO tour, and, you know, like, things happen, and I'm not resentful about it now, but he ended up basically taking off with somebody. And they are still married today. They have a beautiful daughter. We have worked it all out. It's not a big deal, but at the time it was a big deal, but it's not a big deal now. And we have managed to come together. We have Mother's Day together. We did birthdays together. Our 2 kids graduated together, and we had a graduation party at their house. I mean, we have really pulled it together so that we could raise healthy children, and we've done that. And I'm really proud of ourselves. I'm proud of us for doing that, because, you know, I see in the work that I do, I see a lot of broken families that, you know, there's a lot of anger and resentment and stuff like that. And, you know, I don't know how we were able to do it, but we were able to do it. And I'm really, really grateful for that. Now our children are grown. They're grown women, and they're raising healthy children. And so I really believe that that's, you know, part of, what do I want to say? I feel like that is the gift, that we were able to put our differences aside as parents and raise those kids. And now they're raising really beautiful, healthy children. So anyway, I was a single mom. My life was reeling. I really just wanted to pack up and go back to California, be with my family. And so I just thought, well, I was working maybe at Kroger or Publix or something like that as a checker, and I hated it. And I wanted to move up to this other little area called Hendersonville that was a more rural, smaller area. And so I went to the Michaels there, and I took in some of the little children's sweaters that I had made, and I was like, hey, I'd love to maybe teach a crochet class. This is the work. And they were like, really? This is great. You want a job? And I'm like, I just thought maybe do a class or 2. And they're like, no, like a real job, like a full-time job. And so they hired me as their event coordinator. I was making $9.13 an hour. This is in 2000. $9.13 an hour. I was paying rent. I was paying a car payment, car insurance, health insurance. It was just me and the 3 girls. I'm not getting any child support. And it was so hard. But we did it. We made it. And I loved that job so much. And that's where I started the Hat Club. And the Hat Club was, I just wanted to teach people how to crochet. And so a couple women would come by, and they would, you know, say, oh, I want to learn how to do that. And it's like, sure, let's start, like, next week we'll start on Mondays, and I'll teach you guys to crochet. It was totally free. And so I had a couple women show up. I taught them to crochet, and I was like, you guys can just come back every Monday and we'll just crochet and see if anybody else shows up. And every week we had new people show up. And so when the first few people that I taught to crochet got pretty good at it, which only took a couple of weeks, then they started teaching the new women that were coming in. And so we had this steady flow of people coming in, learning to crochet, and then when the new people come in, those people would teach those people to crochet. And I mean, we had a full classroom. And then people all over the city of Nashville were like donating yarn to us. And Michaels gave us some yarn. And so we just were like, okay, so now what are we going to do? We got to have a project. And so we started Hat Club. And Hat Club, I think I've already shared, I know I've shared this. Hat Club was basically, we were scouring the internet and just any old patterns and things. And we were making up stuff, but we were making hats, and we would just throw them into boxes after we made them. And all of a sudden we had like a couple 1,000 hats. And we're like, whoa, 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 whoa. What are we going to do with all these hats? And so I started calling around. And so we had a Gilda's Club. We had Hope Lodge. We had Sarah Cannon Cancer Center down at Vanderbilt. And so I just started calling around. I'm like, hey, we're Hat Club in Hendersonville. We meet at Michael's, and we've been making hats for people who are going through cancer treatments. And we'd love to bring some down. And they were like, oh my gosh, we would love that. So we went out and bought a bunch of, like, I think we went to like Dollar Tree or some, a dollar store, or whatever it was at that time, and bought a bunch of little hand mirrors. And then we got a bunch of baskets, real pretty little baskets, and we just filled it up with all kinds of hats. And then we would all go down like a field trip. We would go down to Nashville. And it was funny because there were some people that came to this group who were like way from the boondocks, like Hartsville or anyway, way out there. And they were like, I haven't been to Nashville in like 25 years. So it was so much fun to take everybody down to Nashville. And we went to these 3 or 4 different hospitals and actually got to sit and talk with people while they were having treatments and let them go through the hats, pick one that they love, 1 or 2, 3, whatever they wanted, basically. Take as many hats as they wanted. And we were just spreading the love. Basically just spreading love. They could look at themselves with the hats on and stuff. And we just got so much love from the community for doing that project. And then I left Michael's, and we really still wanted to meet. And so we started meeting at Hobby Lobby in Rivergate, and we had Hat Club there. And somehow when I left Hat Club at Hobby Lobby, left there, I started working and my life got different. I got married and like life changed. I stayed in touch with many of the women from Hat Club, but I just told Hobby Lobby, like, we're not going to do this anymore, but thank you for, allowing us to use your space. And somebody went in and took over. And so last I checked, they still had a Hat Club. That's like 25 years later. So that's kind of cool. I would love to do something like that here. I thrive off of community, and I thrive off of working with women in circles. And so that's really important to me, to like find other women who are like-minded and for us to do projects together, and particularly community projects. That's really, really important to me. And it's kind of my social circle. It's the way that I get fed socially. I've not made a lot of connections here since I moved here in 23. Other than family. And so I'm really craving that. And I think that's really what kind of sparked me starting this channel, was I just feel like I'm kind of lacking in that area. So in 2026, that will be something that I will look into. Now I'm going to the knitting circle today at 12:30, and that'll be fun. But these women, I don't know. I don't think they quite know what to think of me yet. So, maybe as I knit more and crochet less in their circle, they'll, I see them peeking at me over their work, but nobody really talks to me. And that's kind of awkward, but I'm willing to accept that awkwardness. That tends to be kind of the way that things go with me. People want to, because I'm pretty bubbly and outgoing and can be a little loud. And so people just aren't like, how can she just come in and just not even know us and be like so bubbly and loud? Because that's my personality. And so I think it can be, 1, annoying, and 2, it makes people kind of go, they're cautious, and I don't blame them. So I have to kind of play their game and just keep showing up. And eventually somebody will start talking to me. That has been my experience. So it doesn't hurt my feelings at all. I totally get it. I am fully aware of myself and I'm aware. So yeah. Anyway, other good news that I'm really excited about. I have been missing these 2 teeth right here for a couple years. Well, longer than that. When they pulled them, I damaged one, and or at least I thought I had damaged one. And they pulled it, and then shortly after that, this one had the same problem. So then I was talking to my mom about it, and she's like, that same thing happened to her. So I think it might be some sort of like genetic thing. But so they ended up pulling both of these. And, you know, I mean, it's not, I don't like it, but it's just, it is what it is. And then I ended up getting a horrific infection in the bone, and it took forever to heal that. And they weren't going to be able to do any work until they healed it. And it finally, the last time I went in, it's finally healed up. And I am getting my bridge. I am so excited. It's not healthy enough to have an implant, which is unfortunate, but they can place a bridge in there. So I'm really excited about that. And that, I think, is next week. Yay, 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 yay. So I think that's it for today. I'm kind of like excited to get outside and go shopping. There's a couple of cool little thrift shops down in Old Town that I'm going to go to. And then I'm going to probably go get some lunch. And I don't know where I'm going to go yet. I'm not going to go to Amiga's because I went to dinner there last night. So go somewhere else for lunch. And then I got to come home and work on those hats. Like, that's the priority. So I hope that you have a wonderful Wednesday, and I will see you soon. Bye.